Hey, what's up guys? Josh here, time for another Wednesday multiplayer stream. Went ahead and put the vote out on Twitter earlier today, and it came out heavily, well not heavily, but at least enough in favor of Mario Kart that that's what we're going to be streaming tonight. I'm going to go ahead and tweet this out real quick so we can get started, but I've already got a room created, so if you want to come jump in and play some Mario Kart, you know, we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll wait a few minutes here and see if anybody else wants to join. And if nobody joins, then I'll just turn this into a straight-up Dead Cell stream, because I've been having a blast with that game ever since I picked it up this past weekend. Yes, Judge, you are first! I acknowledge it completely. How you doing today, man? How's your week been? Tell me everything there is to know about you in the next, 15, 20 seconds. Tony, how goes it? No griefing me in Minecraft tonight, sir. They picked Mario Kart. Or rather, I guess I should say you picked Mario Kart, assuming you voted, which I'm guessing you did, based on being on Twitter. None other game collector, what's going on, man? Are you at work? Am I keeping you entertained? And Crows is here, and Lola. Man, this place is filling up quick. This is fantastic. And Jake and Bacon. I was hoping Splatoon was going to win. Did you vote for Splatoon? Also, thank you for coming, Jake. Appreciate it, man. I goes on. What, you mean because we're not... Oh, message retracted. Sorry. I guess I'm last. I hope not, but I'm so glad you're here. How's it going, man? You playing the night Die Hard? Nothing worth talking about. Fair enough, man. I won't pressure you, but I'm certainly glad you're here. It looks like, is that Jake? Is that who we have in here already? Because that is fantastic. Yes, it is Jake Owner. Okay. And I'm guessing, is that Tony, if I recall? I wish I would, leave everyone's name above their head. I'm cooking lunch, be right back. Right on. Yeah, it was funny, I was going to get started at 9, and I woke up a little bit late because my sleep schedule's been super wonky lately. It still is. But especially after all the travel and stuff from this weekend from going to the Southeast Game Exchange, which was an absolute blast, and I can't wait to do the follow-up video to that, actually. But I took a nap earlier, and I was like, oh, I'll just take like a nap for like a half hour, and I slept for like an hour and 20 minutes. I woke up, I was like, I have to get something to eat, so I went to McDonald's. I voted I was going to play Splatoon with you, hello. Well, I mean, and that's the thing, what I started doing, and I don't know if people have noticed, is like, I will basically take people out of, or basically, if a game just gets played, I'll take it out of the voting for the subsequent week, generally, because I don't want the same game to just get picked every single time. I want to keep some variety in there. So next week, Mario Kart will not be, on the list of available options. It'll probably be a vote for, like, I don't know, Minecraft, Splatoon, or Paladins, which I'm hoping eventually people pick Paladins, because I haven't played it yet. So I would love to, check that out. Hey, if you do the thing Sean did to his Vita, be very careful with your broadcast settings? Wait, what do you mean your broadcast settings? For... You mean like to hack the Vita to play emulators and whatnot? How's it going, everyone? I spy awesome people in the chat. Yes, there's some amazing people in the chat. Is anyone else jumping in right now, or should we go ahead and get started? I think Tony's getting a little impatient. Talk to him, he'll fill you in. Okay, yeah, I will absolutely do that. I was not familiar with that. Streaming tonight? Yeah, man, I'll swing by after this is over. When I start cleaning up and kind of winding down for the night, I will come check out your stream. But I don't think anyone else is joining right now, so I'll go ahead and start it, and then if somebody else joins, they can just wait a few races. We'll do 150cc normal computer. Let's step up the difficulty on that a little bit. 4 races, though. Crows, how's your day been? What have you been up to? Adrian says, okay, awesome. Yes, it is awesome. You said you're doing more Destroy All Humans, is that right? I thought I saw that. Crows, how goes Brazaria? I keep dropping in to watch her stream tales about Brazaria on her Twitch. Speaking of which, if anybody in here is not checking out Crows, I think I'm getting this right. Hold on. Twitch.tv. Yes, hold on. If anyone here is into the Twitch scene and wants to see a really amazing streamer who's streaming for a great cause right now, make sure you check out Crows. Well, I pick... Oh no, where's Baby Park? No, I'll just go Excite Bike. Sorry. Slight delay there. Part 4, hopefully I beat it soon. Right on. Yeah, dude, I think that game is fantastic, and I have not played it in years. And that's the thing, at some point, I'm hoping this Saturday I'll get to do it, depending on how much video work I get done, is I would like to stream some original Xbox games. Because I bought that HD link cable from Castlevania, at this point, like 3 weeks, a month ago, and I haven't even had a chance to try it yet. And I'm desperate to try it, one, because I want to play some old Xbox games, for me, which would probably be like Manhunt, maybe Fusion Frenzy. But then also, I want to make a video about that cable, obviously, and, you know, let people know where they can grab it. But, you know, I can't make a video about it until I've actually spent some discernible time with it, so. Oh, thanks. You are quite welcome. Thank you for keeping me entertained at work today, Crows. I appreciate it immensely. Chris says, getting ready for bed. I'm not used to going to bed so early. Yeah, that's, I need to get back in the habit of going to bed early, but whenever you do those movie nights, man, it keeps me up till 1 or 2. I'm blaming all of my bad decisions on you tonight, Crows. Is it Manhunt on PS4 digitally? Actually, I think it may be, but I have not played it there. And again, I mean, as long as you don't mind the grisly nature of that game, it is really quite solid. I thought the stealth mechanics were really good. I don't know how well they hold up. It's been a long time since I've played Manhunt, but I'm excited to check it out again. Especially with, you know, Halloween coming up. I say that, but we're still like 2 months away from Halloween, but I'm so pumped for October. Did you hear the sad news about movie nights? No. What is the sad news about movie nights? Oh man, did somebody steal that blue shell right after I tried to do it? That game is Saw before Saw was a thing. Now, do you mean the movie or the game? Oh no. No, no, no. Kinda got out of the way. I don't think I'm gonna make a comeback here, but I'm gonna try. Of course, not like that, I'm not. Cool. My Halloween thing isn't gonna happen, by the way. Wait, why not? You mean that I'm not gonna I won't spoil it here, but is it the thing that I'm thinking about that has something to do with an obscure number? I can't host them when the kiddos have school, so I'll have to save that for when they have holiday break. Oh, okay, I gotcha. That's not the end of that. As long as you're not telling me that they're going away forever, because I don't think I could deal with that. Who else is going to appreciate distressed John Cusack movies with Big Crows? Nobody around here digs them. Good race. Man, Jake is dominating. Tony, I thought you were going to wreck everybody. What happened? I'm kidding. I think Jake's actually a savant at this game, now that I think about it. Hey, mate, how's the stream going? Mayor, how are you, sir? I can't remember if I've seen you in here before. Thanks so much for stopping by. How's your day been? Lola says we don't celebrate Halloween here, and my running joke for that, which is probably incredibly offensive to Australians, is because when you have to deal with nightly orc raids in Australia and the lava spiders, there's no need for Halloween. Every day is a celebration of mortality. Josh, my friend, my brother, the best YouTuber. It's always good to see you again. Watching the stream gets my mind off the heat that's currently kicking my ass. It was 107th humidity today. That is brutal. And weirdly, it had been fairly humid here. Well, and also, thanks so much for stopping by, ET. Like, it had been pretty humid and miserable here for a little while, but today it was weirdly cool, like fall day cool, which, I mean, I'm glad, I'm excited for autumn, but I was not expecting it. It just kind of threw me off today. Josh says Lola just puts on a costume anyways. Yeah, I was surprised to hear that they do not celebrate Halloween at all in Australia. That's totally nuts. Chips and Snakes, what's up, man? Thanks for coming. I may look up at the calendar and plan movie nights based on that. I'll post it for everyone. That's cool. Yeah, I mean, I know it's tiring to plan the sorts of things like on a weekly basis, Crows. So if you're still doing them like, you know, like once a month or even like once every 6 weeks or something, you know, that's cool. Just let me know when you're planning to do one, and I'll try to make sure I can make it, because those are absolutely a blast. Mayor says, just woke up, it's 12 p.m. here. Oh, let me get this turn out of the way, man. I think I'm getting... Wait, let me back up. Adrian says, think about getting Manhunt 2 for the P... Yeah, I would like to get that, actually, for the for the PSP, because I don't really want to play the Wii version with waggle controls. It's a little too visceral considering the subject matter of Manhunt. Just woke up, it's 12 PM here, had a long Guacamelee 2 session. I didn't know there was a Guacamelee 2. Did they make a sequel to that? I still have the original sealed in box from Indie Box. I never opened it. But working today, so my day... Wait, not working days, so my days... Okay. I hear you, sir. As somebody who's on a mission to make this their full-time job someday, I imagine that, you know, one day my work days will be better as well. But for now, I'm still a lowly network engineer, and I'm not, you know, doing the YouTube thing. KET just wrapped up Yakuza 6, an amazing game. I'm gonna try Yakuza before the year's over. I keep hearing it is a solid game. Maybe not Yakuza 6. I'll probably start with Kiwami since that's the only one I have. Good race, everyone. Unexpected ending? I hope so. The best games have unexpected endings. Solaire, let's do this. All right, yeah, I think we've got 1 or 2 more races, and then I'll back out to the lobby so we can get some more people in here if anybody else wants to join. Have a like? Did you just like the stream? Yes, thank you. And for anybody else in here who's enjoying this, please consider liking, hitting that like button. And if you don't like it, please hit the dislike button, because, you know, if it's not to your liking, please tell me why that is. What can I say? Karma hits like a truck. Indeed. Guacamelee 2 just came out 2 days ago. It's a crazy version of Guacamelee, and I'm loving it. That's excellent to hear. And that's the thing, I've only played a very small amount, and I think I got it for free. It's because it's on the Vita, right? And I think I got it for free on the Vita at some point through PlayStation Plus, but I can't recall. I have not played very much, but what I did play, I enjoyed. It's one of those games that sadly rots on my backlog, I'm afraid. Ooh. Oh man, I could have blocked that. You know, I feel like I should have got... I was on that boost pad just now after I got hit with that shell. I feel like that should have given me a bump, but it's okay. It'll make victory all the sweeter. Assuming I can actually land a victory, because Jake and Tony are no slouch when it comes to Mario Kart. So, you know, what's your favorite speed in this game, just out of curiosity? I think 150 is the sweet spot for me. Whenever it goes north of that, I think that's a little beyond me. Josh, are you ever going to stream some PS4? I never gets to play Sad Pouty Face. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm curious. Who in the chat here has a PS4 and would be interested in a PS4 stream? And if so, what game would you want to see played? Because I'm absolutely open to doing other platforms. I just sort of go by, you know, what, you know, audience demand is. You know, right now I know that a lot of people have the Switch. And that's sort of what I keep doing, but I'm absolutely happy to check out some other games. I just need to know what you guys would like. Luigi greater than Mario? I don't know, man. Mario's iconic. Luigi's just sort of second fiddle, you know? Not that I don't have love for him. Oh, man. Gamers on TV says you and I are 2 of the most diehard Vita fans. Yeah, I would not doubt that. That's one system I'm constantly on the lookout for more games for. Oh no! That wasn't great. Reminds me of Tarchi Yoshi video. Wait, I didn't see Tarchi Yoshi video, I don't think. Are you talking about Yoshi or Yakuza? Link's bike is sweet, I'm a big fan. And NES, I did not see you were in here, man. Thank you for coming out. And if anybody here likes... Good race, first off, but if anybody here likes Nintendo content, you should absolutely go check out Jay's channel, who I got to meet for the first time this weekend. He's an absolutely stellar and stand-up dude. Which I really expected, no less. Mayor, thank you so much for subscribing. I appreciate it, man. Thank you for being a friend of the channel, which I thought was a kinder designation for people. Alright, so we got one more race left, and I'm going to go for Baby Park, because I really... love the insanity of it. And if Corey was here, Arcana Sanctum, I think he would feel the same way. And then we'll get some more people into the race. And I think if you want to see Jay's channel, I think it is youtube.com/nesaddict, but I have to confirm because on at least one occasion I think I pasted in someone's channel and it wasn't the right URL, and I'm sure they didn't appreciate that. But yes, make sure you check out NES Addict. Thank you for being a friend. 80s music, yay. Lola has a PS4. Tony has a PS4. Jake and Bacon's got a PS4. I know Judge does. I know that Crows will. I need to snag this game so we can play together. Yeah, man. Or if you do Splatoon 2, you know, that's another possibility. Now, you know, I'm not sure I know for sure, Jay. Are you strictly Nintendo stuff, or do you also have a PS4? I'm not positive I know the answer to that. I'm so glad we got baby parts. This is just ridiculous. Of course. Let's see if I can actually win one. If I win on Baby Park, it would be amazing. This is like the deadliest course in Mario Kart as far as I'm concerned. Ah! I heard it coming. Ugh. I feel like this is a really good course for the bike, actually, because you can take those corners really quite well. 5 people have PS4s. Well, the other thing, too, is, like, I think that you gain more random viewers and, I think, potentially subscribers for your YouTube creator whenever you stream games. If you designate what the game is, I think people find you through YouTube Gaming. So I wonder, also, if I should take that into account if more PlayStation 4 fans might show up, which would be fun. Oh, I so could have avoided that. Oh, so close! Oh well. Good race. Mir says, I've subbed before and saw I wasn't getting any of your vids in the sub box name. Yeah, they've had some wonky problems lately. I actually saw Abaddon tweeting earlier. I guess a lot of his subscribers weren't getting notified when he went live, which is unfortunate. I appreciate the love. Yeah, dude, no problem. Yeah, Splatoon 2 is solid, and I did not give that game nearly a fair enough shake. Like, I've written it off forever, and I only picked it up, I think, 2 or 3 months ago, even though it's been out for much longer than that. Alright, so let's back out and see if we can get some more people in here. Whoa. Chat's a little bit delayed. Good game, welcome man. I'm debating whether to get Yakuza 0 or Kiwami. I get both if I can. Yakuza has always had its own level of personality and craziness and charm. In Yakuza 6, you fight a shark and even a squid. That sounds completely magical. Sawyer says, for me only. Okay, I got you. So no PS4 for you. Crow says, alright, I must get some sleep. I'll talk to you later. See you, chat. Crows, have a wonderful evening. Thanks so much for stopping by for a little bit. Alright, so we got 4 people in here right now. Does anybody else want to join? Actually, you know, I'll just leave it for here, like, we'll give it like 2 minutes and see if anybody else wants to join. But yeah, so what's everybody else been up to today? I mean, I assume a lot of us have been working, but anybody else do anything particularly rad? Do you have some amazing dinner, perhaps? Let me know. I would recommend a game that has segments, like matches or levels, allows you to switch out party members. And that's one of the things I also like about Splatoon 2, is it's people can constantly rotate in and out whenever we do, like, public matches, which is nice. Bye, Crow Lady. Just chilling here at work. I wish I could jump in since it's slow. Oh, yeah, for sure, man. I wish you could play as well. But hopefully work will continue to be slow, because I absolutely value those days when there's not a lot on my plate, because I can, you know, kind of check out some more YouTube stuff on the slide, which I probably shouldn't be doing. Sawyer says, I'm on my lunch break. Right on, man. What are you having for lunch? Just been Java. How goes the hunt, man? Any promising prospects, Judge? Lola says, I'm leaving for work in 15 minutes. Right, and you take the train to work, right? Because not driving a lot in Australia like we do here, where I have to drive like 30 minutes every day to get to work. NESX says, I'll add you tonight on Switch. I'm about to run and finish notes for my therapy job. I'll stop back by it later, Josh. I will also add you on Switch. Yeah, it sounds good, man. Thanks for stopping by, Jay. You have a good one. Hopefully I'll see you later. I'll be streaming probably till about, yeah, probably 11, maybe 11:30, and then I'm going to go over to NAGC's stream and check out Destroy All Humans for a little bit as the evening winds down. Can we do no CPU? Yeah, that's fine. We can do no CPU for the next one. Let's go ahead and start. Nobody else is jumping in. 150, no comm for this one. 4 races. Monster Hunter has hunts that are usually 15 to 20 minutes, but you can host a server and have up to 20 people. So you switch up and they can play with each other and still chat. Okay, so the thing with Monster Hunter is, can you do a server, is that only on PC that that functionality exists, or does it also work on PlayStation 4? ET says, just got back into Titanfall 2's campaign, highly recommended due to its high-quality solo campaign. I started Titanfall 2 and I didn't stick with it, and all I've ever heard people rave about is how great that game is, and I really wish I would have stuck through it. I especially like the movement in that game. Last of Us multiplayer is basically PvP, but fun. Wait, what? Why wouldn't PvP just be fun on its own merit? What else do you have that I remember? No, it's all games, correction, all platforms. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, if we can make that work and we get 20 people playing at once, that would be insane. And that's one of the things that kind of draws me to the Switch too, right? And specifically, if you notice, I tend to gravitate towards games that will support at least 8 players. Because sometimes we do get a lot of viewers in here, and I want to, you know, include as many people as possible for these Wednesday night multiplayer streams. So that's why I steer clear of games like ARMS or Street Fighter. Although, I think there are some fighting games that actually have a pretty decent lobby system for people to wait to swap in and out. So I may explore that at some point if people would like the idea of it. Titanfall 2 was my Game of the Year for 2016. I love that game too. Game of the Year for 2016? Now I'm trying to remember what else came out in 2016 that might be a potential contender for that, but that's definitely high praise. There aren't a lot of games where I remember specifically, like, oh yeah, this was my Game of the Year in this year, although this year it's probably going to be Octopath Traveler. But I do still vividly remember The Last of Us being my favorite game of 2013 after playing Bioshock Infinite. I beat Bioshock Infinite pretty quickly in, I think, March was when it came out. And I was like, this is the best game of the year. This is the best game. It's so phenomenal. I love the narrative. And, you know, I thought it was a really nice way to tie all the Bioshock lore together. And then The Last of Us came out, and I was like, forget Bioshock. This is the game of the year. Do you play on Xbox at all? LOL. I have an Xbox. I just never feel compelled to play on it because it's so sorely lacking in exclusives that there are not a lot of compelling reasons for me to gravitate to the Xbox, if I'm being honest. I don't inherently hate it. It's fine. I think their online system is stellar, and they sort of set the stage for what can be done with online console multiplayer. But today, there's just, I mean, there's Sea of Thieves, which I was really excited about. Me and my dad played it just maybe a couple times, and then we sort of got away from it. And then my dad got a PS4, and I started, most of my friends got PlayStation 4s, so at that point, that's really where most of my gaming habits went. Mary says, dude, Uncharted 4 released in 2016. I love my FPS, what can I say? So here's the thing, I have only beat Uncharted Golden Abyss, Uncharted 1, and I am working on Uncharted 2. And I have the remaining Uncharteds, but I refuse to play them until, obviously, I can beat them in sequence. Last of Us PvP is different, hard to explain. Gotta go now. Happy streaming. Lola, thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your day at work, and safe travels as you get there. Sea of Thieves I have not played since day one. Yeah, it's one thing, and I think they've made improvements to it since then. But you know, it's just not drawing me in. Same thing with Destiny 2, even despite the drama that was set up by the most recent expansion, I guess, with Cade. And I love Cade. There's not, it's not enough to really draw me back just yet. I'll tell you what I am kind of excited for, though, after watching on Nintendo Direct's channel earlier, was Starlink. I'm really curious about that, because I feel like it's going to scratch the itch that I have from No Man's Sky. Even though I haven't really dived back into No Man's Sky, and I keep hearing it's a much better game now, I do like the idea of checking it out as Fox. That sounds a lot more fun. Good race. My top 2013 games are The Last of Us, Bioshock Infinite, Tomb Raider reboot. Yes, and I did beat Tomb Raider that year. That would have been another game I loved. 2013 was actually a pretty decent year for a game, now that I'm thinking about it. What do we want here? I'll try to get Wario Stadium again. That's always been one of my favorite tracks. My top, let's see. I'm just trying to decide to get Red Dead on PS4 or Xbox. I'm going PS4. I think it's going to look best there, Jake. Plus, I pre-ordered that PlayStation 4 Pro Spider-Man Edition, which I'm really excited to get. Although, sadly, I'll be flying out to hang out with my parents for a week on vacation between the 3rd and the 8th. And then I'm going to come back for like one day, and then I'm going to have to fly out to Oklahoma for work for a week. So I'm not going to get a chance to play it. So it's going to be a real Switch week, and I'm going to be dying to get home and play Spider-Man. I'm hoping, you know, some of the people in this chat stream it so I can watch them play it and live vicariously. As far as other online games that I have for the PS4, Judge, I would have to go look. I mean, most of them are probably, you know, within the realm of, like, you know, just shooters. But if you have any suggestions, if I don't have it, I'm happy to go out and grab something if, you know, if people in the chat can agree, like, that's something they'd like to explore and play. You know, and we can always test it. Like, one week, I won't necessarily put the poll out. We can just try PS4 for a week, and then I can go back to polling people on Wednesday mornings. But, you know, because if there's a demand for PS4, I definitely want to do that. Mayor says, I'm currently playing Destiny 2 for a video. Quick thoughts. Game doesn't have a compelling story or villain, but the gameplay feels really satisfying for... Oh. Sorry, I should be paying attention. Sounds very... The enemies are dumb as hell. They're not the smartest, you know? They're not the sharpest tools in the shed. I'll say that. But, I mean, there is a sort of satisfying, constant gameplay loop in Destiny. I mean, I always feel like there's something to do running around in it. But, for whatever reason, I guess it's like after I, you know, probably put... I don't know, cumulatively like 200 or 300 hours into that game. I guess I'm just ready for something a little different, maybe. Jake says, you can watch my unboxing video more. Yes, I will watch your unboxing video. You show up. I'm sorry I won't get the chance to play because I'll be stuck in Oklahoma of all places. The problem with No Man's Sky is that the damage was already done when it was released. It's not exactly an amazing experience with the updates. That is disappointing to hear. And you're right, that was one of the most hyped games ever. But I will say this for No Man's Sky. Good lord, what a phenomenal soundtrack. Seriously, I could go to sleep by that, and it is really good. Ugh, falling right off the edge. But yeah, I love the soundtrack for No Man's Sky. Yes. Hey, Mom, by the way, thanks for joining. Sorry, my mom's in here now. She's like, oh, you're going to Oklahoma? Yes, I forgot to mention that. Sorry. I'll be going to Oklahoma for a week. My only thing, Josh, don't attempt to stream Monster Hunter World until you're done with the tutorial for obvious reasons, which I've done a little bit of the tutorial. Your gameplay doesn't become public till then. I gotcha. I agree, No Man's Sky has some good music. Yes, it does. Minecraft PS4? That's a good idea. I'll definitely do that. Would you be down for Minecraft on PS4, Judge? Or is anybody else in the chat be open to that? We cannot crossplay with the Switch, unfortunately, because it's just not designed that way. No, I think she's always been Zumba, Lisa. Hello, Player2's mom. I'm on the train now, back out. Thanks for coming back. I assume you guys have pretty awesome mobile internet in Australia. Is that correct, Lola? I'm gonna go DK Jungle. That was one of the fun things, too, about traveling down for the Southeast Game Exchange, was Sean and I got to play a lot of Switch on the way. We played a little bit of Donkey Kong Country on the first flight, Tropical Freeze, and then, what else? I played Octopath Traveler, and then I played a lot more Dead Cells than I thought on the way back. I need to get food. We'll keep watching. Right on. Yeah, please don't let me get in the way of nutrition, sir. That would be a horrible plan. Judge says it's $30. I can't justify telling you to go out and buy a game. Yeah, you can absolutely... If it's going to provide hours and hours of multiplayer fun, you can absolutely justify that, so... Are you talking about Minecraft being $30? Because that's not a big deal. What? When it comes to No Man's Sky, sometime... Wait, let me get past these guys, or try to. Can be too ambitious. It ends being disaster considering the massive hype train that people... Yeah, that was one of the most hyped games I think I'd ever seen, so... How did Tony get this good? I have no idea. He's monstrous at this and Minecraft. But in like a more legit monster way in Minecraft. He griefed me so hard last week. I'm about to ban him from the server forever. Wizard Gear, what's up, man? How goes it? Thank you for coming out. Lola says, don't worry, I've been away worse. She's right. Yeah, and that still needs to be reflected in either a Pickups video or a Pickups live stream. I still haven't talked about my first experience, with Solaris Japan, thanks to Kawaii Lola, who forced me to order the Persona Dancing Triple Pack Even though it's entirely in Japanese, and there's no prayer for me to understand the story in that, even though that's what I'm excited about most for it. Ooh, but you should be happy, Lola. So Sean made me play Taiko Drum Master for the first time today on his freshly hacked Vita at work. And I enjoyed it, even though I had it muted, so I couldn't tell if the music was good. But the gameplay itself felt great. I'm sure I did better at that than I did with Persona 4 Dancing All Night. Carp, what's going on, man? Thanks for coming by. I did not force you. That just sounds sort of... I mean, it sounds like somebody who would force me to do something would say, right? I have to get going, Josh. Hope you have a good night. Have a good one. Everyone in chat. Later. Die Hard, thanks for stopping by, man. I appreciate it. You have a wonderful evening. Oh, that reminds me, YourPlayerTwo, did you play Summoner at all? Nope, I have not touched it at all. I picked it up on your recommendation as one of the things that I wanted to explore from the PS2 era. Particularly if, you know, I get a chance to basically sit down and just rapid-fire a bunch of PS2 games, including which Die Hard, sweetheart that he is, still sent me the Metal Gear Solid Legacy Collection, which I have not fired up yet on that PS3 that I got. But I'm hoping to be able to get back to some weekend stream stuff soon. Good race, everyone. Wait, Vita? Oh, yes! Die Hard. The Vita's super hacked right now. So, it used to be, I believe, and I think if Adrian's still in here, he may be able to correct me on this, but there was, I believe it was capped at firmware 3.6 or 3.61. You basically couldn't mod it past that point, or it was locked down, but now I think they've exceeded that, and Sean was on a post 3.6 firmware, or post 3.61, and he did so, and he may have gotten a few games that he may not necessarily own, so... And if anybody else wants to jump in on Mario Kart, let me know in the chat, and we'll back out if we have to. I think Sean is still mad about that tweet. Wait, which tweet? What tweet did you make him mad with? I can't remember. Yes, Vita's now hackable. Tony says, I can teach you in the ways of Mario Kart. That I don't doubt, Tony. I'm having issues with getting certain games to play, though. Yeah, I wouldn't imagine it would be completely perfect, but still, it is exciting, because, I mean, for me, the draw there wouldn't be like, oh, great, now I can, you know, like, pirate Vita games. For me, the draw would be, oh, great, now I can have the best possible, you know, screen for Game Boy Advance games, I think would be my draw for it. Oof, that went horribly wrong. Really? Big Kool-Aid smell, that's great. Teach me, master. I mean, yeah, I'll probably put together a video about that, because I feel like if I did one about how to hack the PSP, I should probably do one on the Vita, but I need to do that process myself. The Vita's a little bit riskier for me, though, right? Like, PSPs are comparatively quite cheap. You can get a PSP for, like, 40, 50 bucks and go nuts on it, and they're never putting out a new firmware for it, so the process for hacking that is incredibly straightforward. It takes about 3 minutes if you watch that video I put out. The Vita, on the other hand, that, you know, and we were talking about that in group chat the other day, Adrian, it's like, that's becoming a little bit more of a collectible, and they're not that cheap. I mean, a Vita still commands $100 plus to get one of those. I mean, it's... I don't know if it's... Yeah, it's probably more expensive than the PSP Go is, but still, I mean... and that's the thing, the process to hack it takes about an hour from what I was reading, and it's about a 12-step process. You saw the video that I put out about hacking the PSP. That's like a 2-step process that takes 5 minutes to perform. But, you know, the Vita looks like it's going to be a more involved affair. Jake says I can teach you in the ways of Puyo Puyo. That would be helpful. I'm not very good at Puyo Puyo. Whenever you decide to play Paladins, let me know, and I can give you some tips. I absolutely will. Hey, it could have been tonight. You know, I thought people were going to go for that, and I can, that would be another PS4 game that we could put on the list that I already have, and if, I don't know if you have it as well, Judge, that might be a possibility. I got so lucky there. I'm really good at Puyo Puyo. Right on. Maybe we can do that then, at some point on stream. I like how it's about Mario Kart and the thumbnail is Minecraft? Wait, first off, Markstar Hero, thank you for joining. I don't think I've seen you here before. Second of all, I thought that I updated the thumbnail. Did the thumbnail for this show Minecraft and not Mario Kart? Because I updated it before we got started. Like, I actually made a new thumbnail for this, and if it didn't take, that's really surprising. Carly, what's going on? Also, congratulations on hitting 500 subscribers. I saw you tweet that earlier, and then I got distracted. Nice last-minute victory. Well played, Tony. Paladins is free on PS4, I think. It's not doing well, I don't think. What, you mean like the player base isn't doing well, or just didn't review well? Jack says, I don't know, I would be afraid to do anything to my Vita as for PSP. It's easy, and I have like 5 of them. I only have the 2 Vitas and the first model and the Slim. I would like to get the Slim at some point. I know the LCD screen won't be as good as the OLED, but still, I want an orange one so bad. It shows Mario Kart and Minecraft on the last one? Oh, weird. I'll go back and update that. I'm not sure how that happened. Top Spot, what's going on, man? How are you doing today? I'm gonna hang out here in the lobby for a minute and see if anybody else wants to. Well, actually, I'm gonna create a new group real quick. Tony, if you want to rejoin, and then I'm gonna set the. I'm gonna change my card up a little bit. Huh. Well, thanks for the heads up, Carly. I did get the. It was funny when I tweeted out the link for this today, Carly. I was like. Remembering when you said how I messed up the URL last time, so I was like typing things very carefully on my phone to make sure I didn't screw it up this time. Strangely, the mobile thumbnail is Minecraft, but Mario Kart everywhere else. That's so weird. What I want to go with here? You know what? Let's go Mercedes. See how that goes. Alright, I'm going to leave this open for about a minute or two before we start another race. If anybody wants to jump in, by all means, please do. Friend code is in the description below. Actually, I should probably check. I haven't been paying really close attention. Somebody could have sent me a friend request and I wouldn't know. Southeast Game Exchange is here. What's up? Is this Austin? Loved meeting you this past weekend. Thanks for coming down. No problem, man. I put out the first part of my video for that already. But I did not... Let's see, I don't think we have any new requests. Wait, hold on. But the second part that actually shows more of the actual show is going to be probably in the next few days. Because I got like 700 clips, man. So it's going to take me a little bit to sort through that and try to figure out how to tell the narrative in a compelling way. Because I want the show to look good. I mean, that was an absolute blast. Not just because the show itself was well organized and that there were a ton of vendors there and a lot of great finds. And actually really good prices for some of those games. I'm kicking myself for passing on a sealed, a complete inbox copy of Street Fighter 2 Turbo. But then also just meeting all these other YouTubers there was absolutely phenomenal. People like NES Addict, who wasn't here, he'll probably be back later. Got to meet him for the first time. Megadan29, J-Love, Nostalgic Numbnuts, all those, Captain Retro, so many that I'm actually having trouble remembering them right now. But yeah, long story short, I want to make sure that the whole experience looks phenomenal. So hopefully the show will be even bigger next year, and some of the people in this chat may also come, Austin. I'm only gold things. I'm flaunting only 100% completion. Aww. It's a hard life, isn't it, Tony? Mobile uses different distribution upon saving YouTube updates, but if you start the stream before all medias are up, the updating stuff. Oh, okay. Important safety tip. So next time I'll have that thumbnail ready to go more in advance, Judge, so I don't mess up the stream and confuse people thinking I'm playing one game and I'm not. That's why I type info a good 10 minutes before I start the stream. That's something I should do. Oh, is Mayor leaving? Wait, let me back up. Alright, my dude, I gotta go grind away at some Destiny 2. I want to get a video out. The DLC was awesome. Awesome to come hang out, and good luck with the stream, mate. Love from Straya. Thanks for coming by, man. I appreciate it, and I will have to check out your Destiny 2 coverage to see if maybe you can sway me back into the fold of Avenging Kate, if that trailer is to be believed. Any extra pictures you have, please send them to me. I wish we would have gotten more pictures. I didn't take a lot of pictures. I'll see what I've got, but, I mean, I suppose, technically speaking, I could always, like, still frame some of the video that I took and send them your way. But, yeah, man, just, you've got my number, or just hit me up on Twitter or something, and then I'll see what I can get over to you. Ice! Thanks for stopping by, despite the fact that your name is not going to catch me on stream this time, sir. But, oh my god, please tell me this friend request isn't from you. Is that what's happening right now? Hold on. I don't know. Ghosty, are you somebody in chat? Simple rule of thumb, assume YouTube saves and updates with the AOL speed. I think that's probably a safe assumption, one that would probably ensure that I have all my thumbnails and stuff ready to go properly, so I'll have to keep that in mind. Thanks. Yeah, it's no problem at all, Austin. Dude, thanks you for being an excellent host, man. Making that whole experience a good one this weekend. I really enjoyed it. You may have to pull over so they catch up. Wait, who is Ghosty? Is that Ghosty? Tony, chill out, bro. Give it a minute. Alright, we won't have anybody else jump in. I will go ahead and start it. Because otherwise I think Tony's going to have a conniption. Oh my god, you have Dead Cells. I'm torn between that and Death's Gambit. Death's Gambit I'm not familiar with. Alright, I'm putting the computer back in on this one. I want some... So I don't want to be... If I'm going to be completely humiliated, I at least want, you know, an android to do it. And Judge, yes, man. Dead Cells has been a lot of fun, and I think I'm really starting to develop an affinity for the roguelike genre. And that's the thing, I'm using Dead Cells as a precursor to Dark Souls, because I'm waiting for the... I'm waiting for the remaster for Switch to come out. Or I guess the HD version of that. But I've only played Dark Souls 3, briefly, and it was, you know, expectedly brutal. But I really want to experience that series from the beginning. And it's weird because I read an article the other day about people who were like high performers, or they're people that, you know, because I read a lot of entrepreneur stuff. And one of those articles was like, this guy gets up every day and he gets into a cold pool to show his brain who's boss. So I was thinking like maybe I could do something like that, but my cold pool every morning would be playing Dark Souls and seeing how good I could get at Dark Souls if I played it for a half hour every day in the morning. Because I know that, you know, people who seem to be into Dark Souls are like rabid fans of Dark Souls, and I feel like there's a lot I don't know about that game, and I'm going into it essentially blind, aside from just the understanding that it is of a profound difficulty. But yeah, that would be an interesting way to torture myself every morning to get my head right for a long day of work and then a long day of YouTube hustling when I get home. It's having a seizure check his wallet. He can't stop you. That's horrible. Like even joking about somebody having a seizure is probably a horrible thing to do. But you just took it one step further and went ahead and took it to what? Just mugging somebody. Just as news alert, they have announced Dark Souls Collection. Maybe for Switch as well. Whoa, wait. Are you telling me this just happened? Like today? Dark Souls, a lot of cheaters playing with latency. That sounds not great. So I was trying to catch up on the chat there. I didn't know if I missed something. Announced yesterday? Okay, I need to look at that then. Because if it's coming out for the Switch, that almost makes me not want to get Dark Souls by itself for the Switch, if I know that the collection's going to come out. But I really was looking forward to playing that this October, so I don't know what I'll end up doing. But yeah, and thanks to all of you in here who checked out the first part of my travels to the Southeast Game Exchange video today. I was really on the fence about releasing that because, honestly, there wasn't a whole lot of story there aside from just me and Sean traveling, but I thought it would be fun to, you know, kind of play with, you know, cutting to the music, because I hadn't done that in a while. And at first I was going to throw it all into one gigantic video, but then I was like, this feels better to me as two stories. Corey says, maybe you can finish Hollow Knight this October. Corey, thanks for stopping by, man. Yeah, that's on my list as well. By the way, I'm getting a first-class education on how to navigate the world of Dead Cells, thanks to Corey, Arcanum Sanctus, who has joined us today and blessed us with his presence. So, he is much better than I am. He plays very, very fast, so he can actually reach those time gates before they get locked out, where I frequently do not. I'm taking a more measured approach, mainly because I'm still early in the game. If you're not familiar with Dead Souls, every time you do a new run, you sort of, you know, can gradually unlock new things like mutations and gear to use on your subsequent run. And in that way, I guess, what would be considered typical roguelike fashion. That's one of the things that's been keeping me sort of addicted to that game. Even to the point where I haven't finished Octopath Traveler. I still have 4 more Chapter 4s to finish in Octopath, and I put them on hold for a minute to check out Dead Cells for the first time. Lola says, I enjoy watching those types of vlogs. And that's the thing, I'm still trying to figure out, like, what's the pure video game content that I bring to this channel. Is it collection oh, good race, by the way. Is it collection videos? Is it, you know, reviews? I want to do video game news. I mean, I kind of have a good handle on the Monday and Friday content, right? Friday's gear and production stuff. Monday's straight up YouTube tips for the most part. Ideally, and typically focused on, you know, the struggles of the gamer with a YouTube channel. But, you know, I want to do more purely based video game content, because I don't want to, you know, sit here and like lecture people or come off like a complete tool, where I'm like, yeah, you should do this for a good video game video, but then have no video game videos myself. I feel like that would be incredibly hypocritical, so... Wait, Tony, you got kicked? I'll back out after this one and we'll get you back, man. Sorry about that. Yeah, you'll get invaded by someone clearly messing with their internet, so what you see isn't accurate. It has hits that don't hurt, sudden backstabs by a guy 10 feet in front of you, etc. Ugh, that sounds awful. Because I thought that game was sort of designed so people would be more likely to help each other than to, you know, kind of stab each other in the back, wasn't it? Did we figure out who Ghosty was in chat? It is related to video games, though, in a way. What, you mean whenever I do vlogs? If so, I would be opposed to the idea of doing vlogs, but it would be like, probably pickups vlogs. I would probably just shoot at places like L1 Games or at Warp Zone and whatnot. But I mean, that's like I feel like the ability to do video game style vlogs is at least a little bit limited. Like if I'm going to someplace like the Southeast Game Exchange, sure, that's an easy sell. Or going to pick up games, yes, also needs to sell. But like, can you do a vlog style video if I'm just sitting at home? Like, yeah, I've been playing 3 hours of Dead Cells, and here are my thoughts. Or should it just be, you know, standalone and not necessarily part of what you would call a vlog series? And that's part of what I've been trying to figure out to drive me, because I want something to fill the Wednesday slot. I know I stream on Wednesdays, but I really want to add something that's going to be consistently video games every Wednesday morning as well, which is going to, you know, make the workload a little bit heavier, but that's okay. I really enjoy doing stuff like that. Also, I just wanted to say thank you to all of you in chat who come out to these Wednesday night streams, even if you're not playing. I really appreciate the good company and the support of the channel. It means the world to me. Thank you. Ugh! Could have had a nice run there, and then I got too cocky. Oh, got that too close. Good race, everybody. No. Dark Souls is like the Force. There are two paths, and seductive is the dark side. Easier, more cheap it is. There. Taylor says, I enjoy the streams, looking forward to seeing what else you do. Would also be interested for you to do a series playing through games. The problem with that is playing through games takes a lot of time, and I don't know if I have that much. But I'm definitely open to suggestions. Grab this new friend. Is this somebody in the chat? Or it could just be somebody randomly from YouTube Gaming, I guess. Otero, what's going on, man? Does Puyo Puyo Tetris sound good? Yeah, I'd be down for playing Puyo Puyo Tetris sometime, absolutely. I'm not excellent at it. I don't know how dynamic it is for viewers, but I'd be willing to give it a shot some night. And if not like on a regular Wednesday stream, then, you know, on Saturdays or Sundays when I tend to stream stuff that I just feel like playing, just, you know, kind of chill out a little bit. Because I try to believe in having a good, you know, work-play balance, because even though I enjoy playing Mario Kart, like, it's still kind of work, right? Like, I have to take time out of my evening to make sure I have the stream set up, do testing, you know, make sure that I get the stuff out on Twitter. But then on the weekends is when I try to just do stream games for fun, like, you know, stuff that I just personally have been putting off playing that I'd really like to check out. It's time consuming. My Let's Play of Nier is long. Each video is like 3 hours. Yeah. At some point, like, whenever I get to my goal of doing, like, this channel full-time someday, which, and that's saying, I say that like that could be 2 years, it could be 10 years. I have no idea how long it's going to take, because that's a fairly massive undertaking, right? Except I'm extremely committed to that end game, no pun intended. But like, if this was the only job that I had, it would be way easier for me to commit and say like, oh yeah, absolutely, I'll do a full playthrough of Breath of the Wild and, you know, chew up 40, 50 hours of my time, you know, playing it and capturing it and making sure it's, you know, solid production. But at this point, I don't know that I can commit to it. All I can say is that I will definitely be doing something that has to do with more current, whether that's just like maybe a highlight reel of the things that I like about it, or things I would potentially change about a game, not necessarily a full review, but things that I would do to improve it. Not from the angle of, you know, I hate this game and this part sucks, but rather just because I would like to legitimately offer, you know, critical feedback to developers that I think they might find useful. That might be something that's worth checking out. Doing a Let's Play stream is putting aside 3 hours of stream for like the next month. Yeah, dude, like, I'll tell you what, if you guys want to see some serious, like, game clearing streams, make sure you check out GamerThumb TV. I don't think he's in here with us tonight, but, like, that dude is just solid. He's excellent at those types of videos. But with the kind of content that I do that's more, I guess, informational or educational, I put on Mondays and Fridays, that eats up a fair amount of production time and preps. I don't know that I would be able to manage it, but if you're looking for streams like that, especially if you're a fan of old school games, like he's been doing a lot of Mega Man lately, he's a huge Castlevania fan, I know that. He is absolutely a channel you should be checking out and watching on a regular basis. That dude is phenomenal. I'm sorry, ET says, when you play a series, you don't have to do a full playthrough, you can do a video here and there, and then play a different game and do the same thing. And so, actually, that's a good point, and honestly, I'm really glad to hear you say that, ET, because so often, and more often than I probably should, I will get so caught up in my own head about how to make sure our production is perfect, despite the fact that I implore people not to do that, because my hypocrisy knows no bounds. Good race. You know, I tend to think in very black and white terms, like, oh man, if I want to play Dark Souls, for example, then I've got to perfectly plan out 10, 15 episodes straight and make sure that I can beat it and that the average playtime is this, which, honestly, in some cases, like you're saying, people would probably dig it even if I just played 2 or 3 episodes of something like that. So, you know, maybe I could do that as long as people just had a clear understanding, like, hey, I'm never going to beat this game, like, instantly or anything like that. You know, maybe that would be something I could consider, where I would do it as like a Tuesday and Thursday thing, where I would do single-player streams, assuming I was caught up on all other production work that this channel requires, which, again, is not inconsiderable. Get wrecked, scrubs! I see what you did there, Tony. I never get Moo Moo Meadows. That's why I have a lot of Let's Plays in progress. Time requirement is massive. Yeah, dude, it's a massive undertaking. You know, I have nothing but respect for people that have the time and inclination to do those, and because it's not just doing them, right? You want to do it well, because if you're just garbage at a game, like, people are not going to be overly inclined to watch it, unless, you know, you've just got like some stellar personality that can sort of cover that dead space. And I actually had those exact same struggles when I was doing the Way Back Wednesday stream with the Genesis, right? I love the idea of playing and getting better at games from that era, ones that I'd never played before. But ultimately, my #1 priority when I do these streams is you guys, like, talk to you, having a good time, stay engaged, all that stuff. Because I want you to come here on Wednesday and look forward to it. I want you to be like, hey, it's going to be a relaxing time, have some good conversation. And it's very hard to carry on good conversation when you're getting wrecked by the kind of merciless bosses that were prevalent in the platformers of yesteryear. I'd have to disagree politely, E.T. Skipping ahead and then continuing later in the game is like asking you to watch TV series and skip an episode wondering what happened. Ooh, now I've got disagreement. See, and this is the kind of stuff that gives me anxiety. Because now I've got E.T. telling me one thing and Judge telling me another. You guys are widely asleep tonight. I hope it feels good. No, I'm kidding. I think I understand both of your positions, though. Tony says, what did I do? Wait, what do you mean, what did you do? I do performer farming and side quests offline because this is boring to the viewers. I could see that. Like, if I were playing Octopath... Well, I saw people stream Octopath Traveler, and they were like, hey, this is spoiler free because I'm just grinding. I think it sort of depends on what your audience is after. Like, if you're playing obscure games people haven't seen before and they're unlikely to play and they're just sort of along for the ride, I think it would be fine to spoil things in large chunks. But if it's a brand new release of an RPG, I almost feel like you would limit your marketability if you're, you know, going to be playing major plot points for a game that people themselves want to play. Game from 20, 30 years ago, or maybe one that was never released in the US, however, that might have a better chance of not having that effect on people. Why would you ever listen to me? Because you're a good dude. and I trust your judgment. I got a jet for cooking dinner. Have a great night. Josh, night everyone. Carly, you take care. Again, congratulations on 500 subs. And if the rest of you are not familiar with Carly's channel, you should absolutely go check her out. Wait, that just gave me a weird flashback to Bill Murray in Ghostbusters about checking out Dana Barrett's apartment. Carly, I'm sorry if that sounded weird. No, I meant because it was a callback when you told me to get wrecked earlier on Twitter, Tony. Ugh, I didn't have enough boost to get over that. I thought I did. Although now I may. Nope, there was no way I was going to pull that off. Good race. Chris Levi, what's going on, man? How you doing? I stopped by your stream for a second last night, man. I saw you were having trouble, and then I had to peace out and get some sleep. Because I was actually watching Phil twerping before I jumped in on yours. Almost done with work. Yay! And I bet you're excited to go stream some Destroy All Humans. Are you braking or testing off the gas on turns? Nope, I have a real problem keeping it pedal to the floor at all times. Not the best. Alright, time to start up a new one. Does anybody else in the chat want to join? I'll wait like a minute or two before we get going here. Yes, I am. I don't blame you, sir. I'm always excited when I get home to either nap or to immediately get to work on YouTube stuff and prep for a stream. Mercedes product placement, like, whoa, yeah, I know. Didn't you know Mercedes is a sponsor of this stream, Judge? They were like, we hear you get 20 viewers on a regular. And then they pelted me with money and a new C-Class. No, I'm kidding. I'm not a credible source or a sane source. I don't believe in that. I gotta go. Daddy Ninja is live. Right on. We'll stop. Or thanks for coming out to play tonight, Tony. I appreciate it, man. You have a good one. I'm doing pretty good, Chris. I had some McDonald's earlier, and I decided to spring for one of the hot fudge sundaes. Pretty great. You know, I woke up breathing with the, you know, weather not being too horrible. So yeah, it's been a pretty good day. What about you, buddy? Josh is rolling with a Mercedes hooker brother. LOL. Someday I may have a Mercedes, but that day is not the day. Asking me for advice is like asking GIR for anything. Results may vary. Wait, I don't understand what GIR means. I love the video you dropped. The music was good. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate that. I was talking about that earlier. I wasn't sure if I was even going to put that video out today, but I did it because it was just fun, right? Like, I wanted the ability to do a sort of a blog style thing, but I think if I tried to squeeze in everything that I loved about the Southeast Game Exchange while into that same video, it would not have been a very good end result. Plus, you know me, man. I like short, punchy videos in the 3 to 7 minute range, and well, although I'm guessing that the follow-up to that, where I said to be continued, where I talk more about my full experience at the Southeast Game Exchange, will maybe be closer to 10 minutes, because there was just a lot of good things that I had to say about it. Plus, I picked up new games there. Not a ton, but a few. Oh, from Invader Zim. Tony says, well, never mind. Wait, what do you mean, never mind? Are you saying that you're coming back into race? It came across as more montage. Yes. Oh, no, I mean, that one really was montage. I mean, it was almost 100% me telling a story just visually with, you know, to the beat of the music, right? It's just, at its core, it's two guys take 2 planes, a train, and an automobile. See what I did there? To go somewhere. But with enough music and editing, you can make a lot of things interesting. I don't know how I could do with an insurance seminar, but I'd certainly be up for the challenge if anybody has much insurance seminar footage. Probably involve a lot of auto-tuning, but yeah. And that's the thing. One of the things I learned from that experience is that and I'm actually going to do a video about this as well, about how to cover cons, or good approaches for it. And one of the things that occurred to me after the fact, that sort of hit me the same way when I went to Korg's, the Central Ohio Retro Game Show this year, was I didn't really have the format in mind when I went. Now, I've gone to shows before, and I've done like interview style stuff. I've done just sort of promotional videos. I've done vlog style. I've done you know, sort of voiceover narration of footage that was already there. There are a lot of different ways you can approach it, but I kind of went in with the idea that I was going to make it vlog style, and then the problem was I didn't film enough narrative parts when I was going to the show. Like, I should have been taking breaks if I was going to pursue that format and do things like, you know, hey, we just did this, and then footage that follows to show whatever that was. But I didn't have the foresight, or I was just too excited meeting all these other YouTubers to really keep those details in mind, which is really a failure on my part. Good race, guys. Carp says, I'm excited for Retro World Player 2. I will be there both days as a fan, not a guest. Wait, where's Retro World? I don't think I'm familiar with that, Carp. Did you find that GBA? I did not. I mean, they had some, but I could not find one that I was really happy with. I would either find one that was complete, but it would be really dinged up and dingy and dirty, and it wasn't really what I wanted. Or I would find one that looked really quite solid, but then it was like missing the battery pack. So, unfortunately, I did not find one that I was satisfied enough with to plunk down the... I think the medium price was usually $20 to $30 for an original Game Boy. Now, there were a couple places there that were selling pre-modded Game Boys and Game Boy Advances that already had backlit screens created for them, which was really quite nice. But those were like $100, $150, and I was like, if I buy it pre-made, then I don't get to make a video out of it. And, you know, a video like that is evergreen content, right? If I make a tutorial about how to mod a Game Boy Advance to have a backlight or a rechargeable battery and things like that, that's the kind of, you know, video that can bring you views on your channel for, you know, months or even years to come. So there's a lot of incentive for me not to buy a pre-made one of those and make a video about it that sort of does that. Greetings from Ireland, sir. As somebody with an Irish last name, that is phenomenal to hear. Thank you so much for coming, Wrath. What brought you to the channel? Just out of curiosity, did you find this through YouTube Gaming, or are you a current subscriber to the channel? I would love to know. Also, what time is it in Ireland right now? CT Connecticut, it's a gaming. Oh, right on, man. I don't know, when is that actually going down, Carbon? I don't know if I would be able to make it to Connecticut this year if it's, you know, coming up rapidly, but, you know, I'm always curious. Another one that I'm thinking about going to is MagFest, which apparently I think is closer to Discart, and I think he said he's going to that for sure. And then also, J-Love had mentioned that Too Many Games, which is going to be happening, I believe, in Phoenixville, Pennsylvania next year, is another one that I'm definitely going to if I can sweet talk Sean into it as well. I've also never been to a con. I went to Chiller in New Jersey once, though. Met Rob Zombie. That's awesome. It sounds like a lot of fun. Well, I will have to go to one near you at some point, Judge. We need to hang out. Jacob Bacon says, well, that makes me feel better that I didn't make a 4-hour drive. LO, one of these days, you'll stumble the perfect one. Yeah, for sure. I'm hoping that I will, because I really, again, like the form factor of that. Although, if I can just hack the Vita and make it perform just as well, there may be not a great amount of incentive for me to go for that form factor, because as I said, the Vita is definitely more comfortable than the Game Boy Advance. The Game Boy Advance is definitely more comfortable than the Game Boy Advance SP. J-Love, what's going on? I was just talking about you. All good things, though. How's it going? You and Linda having a good evening? Just happened on the stream by chance. It's currently 3:40 in the morning here in Ireland. Why am I still awake? Sir, I ask myself all the time why I'm still awake, but in truth, it's because I will make Red Bull and coffee runs at 11 o'clock on a Tuesday when I know I have to get up at work, for work at like 6 a.m. But, you know, I like the idea of staying up late to work on video stuff. But anyways, what'd you get into today? Just out of curiosity, Raph. Jayla says, I'm at work 8 p.m. to 4 a.m. Just want to stop by and show love. Miss you already, buddy. Had a great time with you and Sean. J-Love, nothing but love. Incredibly good time, and I cannot wait to hang out with you again at the next, the soonest show we can find. Or I think Sean also mentioned something about road tripping to the area where you guys are to check out Hershey, I think he was talking about. Like is it Hershey Park? I'm not even sure what it's called, but it's near Pennsylvania, right? Judge says, as much as I'd like to entertain you, YourPlayerTwo coming to IndyCon here is an epic waste of time, which is the main reason I've never been to a Gamer Comic-Con. That is so tragic, Judge. We'll just have to get you down here then for like the Columbus Twine Collectible show sometime, or get you to fly down with us to oh my god, Southeast Game Exchange. Can't think straight. Chris, come to too many games. It will be epic. Yes, I concur. Ras says, just enjoy the summer before going back to college soon-ish. Right, yeah. I mean, college is no joke, sir. I would soak up as much of that vacation as you possibly can, assuming that your college ends with joining the workforce, where time off can be less plentiful. At least here in the States, Ireland, or I think most European countries, I think things like vacation are a little bit more plentiful than they are here in the States, where they tend to overwork people in a horrible, horrible way. Phil Swift! Hi, Phil Swift for Flex Tape, the super strong waterproof tape that can instantly patch, bond, seal, and repair. Swift, thank you so much for that. I will forever cherish this comment. How's your day been? I'm definitely going to go to Savannah, Georgia, buddy, in November. Yeah, Hershey's a little over an hour away from me. Okay, I gotcha. Rhode Island, I'd rather be in Utah. Wait, why? I can tell if that's a joke or not. Bullet meat bread. Okay, yep, that's sarcasm. I got it down. I have to head out, but we'll try to swing back in on a break. Talk to you later, everyone. Jan, thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I don't know how much longer I'll be. I'll probably be going to Not Another Game Collector's stream later tonight, but I'll be on here for probably another 30, 45 minutes, give or take. If we swing back in, great. If not, no big deal. I appreciate it. And again, awesome hanging out with you this weekend at the Game Exchange. I went to NYC once. It was like being in Wonka's factory, like in a good way, I hope. There's a lot to see there, including Nintendo World, where they have the infamous busted-up Game Boy that I think took a landmine to the face, and has been in continual operation since something like 1989. Insane. Jake Henry says, cannot avoid red shells? Yeah, I keep getting hit by them too. Uncle Strange is here! What's going on, buddy? Considering going to too many games so I can get the time off and just buy a plane ticket, then I'm good. Right on, dude, yeah, if you go to too many games, that's going to be completely lit, as I understand. I think everybody who is at Southeast Game Exchange is planning on going to that as well, and I can absolutely assure you will be in good company. And if you're going to, then I know they will be in good company. I mean, naturally they would be in each other's company, which is already good, as I've stated, but you get the idea. You're a good dude. Bullet meat brain, yep, that was sarcasm. He's like, hey! Easy, okay? I'm trying to keep track of... Not only am I trying to keep track of the chat judge, but I'm also making a very concerted effort for a lackluster 6th place finish, okay? You think this is easy? It's not. It takes skill and determination to be this mediocre. Good race, all. Jake says Flex Tape can fix all the cards. E.T. says, Uncle Strange, what's up, my kind sir? Yes. The kindest of sirs. The Canadian Barry White right here in the chat with us. It's a good evening. I'm glad to hear it, man. I hope it's been a good day for you. When is too many games? I think it's next June, as I understand. I'm 7 hours in Octopath? Jake, how are you loving Octopath right now? Tell me everything. I mean, that you can conceivably do in between racing, but still, really want your opinion on it. Oh, Austin, are you going to go to Too Many Games as well? Is that your plan? Are you going to try to make it? I mentioned that'd be a good networking opportunity for you, right? I mean, because I would assume that you could hook up with other vendors there. Good, except the snake boss sucks. Sir, if you're having trouble with the snake boss, you are going to have some trouble as you get deeper into those chapter 2s and 3s, I promise you. But as long as you're... Now, I'll tell you what my strategy was. I mainly stuck with Ulbrich, Therion, and... oh, who was my third? Alpha as my mains, and I basically kept them in the party every time. I just kept swapping out the 4th slot to do individual chapters. But at this point, I think I'm 71 or 72 hours in, and I'm still having a blast with it. Although I've taken a short break to enjoy Dead Cells, which is fulfilling and punishing all at the same time. So if you like punishment, don't discount Dead Cells. If you like yourself a good roguelike, just maybe don't try to go fast in that game, even though every instinct will tell you to do so. He says, dealing with the hot temperature in the house has been tough, but your stream makes things better. You're welcome. That's the, you know... sorry, I was going to make some joke about temperature and climate, but then I couldn't quite put it together. The point is, you're welcome. Oh, you did beat the snake? Yeah, I think it'll be a good time, man. Plus, Austin, I mean, you know, I think almost everybody, like, Nostalgic Numbnuts, J-Love, myself, Captain Retro, I think all of us are going to try to make it to it. And, like, the second I hear travel plans are starting to materialize for that, I'll hit you up in a DM or something on Twitter if that's cool. I think you're following me on Twitter. Well, even if you're not, I think you can still DM me. I'm not sure. Either way, we'll figure it out. Oh, it is in June. Thank you, Chris, for the clarification. Oh, you barely beat the Snake Boss, Jig? Good race. Yes, it sounds very good, Austin. Third is not the absolute best, but what are you going to do? Yes, Dead Cells is good as long as you've got some patience. That's a game where it's not, oh man, can I get through this without dying? It's the dying is just literally incorporated as a core mechanic of the game. So, good game, Ghosty. If you are in chat, I don't think I've put that together yet. Alright, does anybody else in chat want to get in on this, or is it just going to be me and Ghosty for a little bit? I'll leave the lobby open for a little while, but yeah, too many games, as I understand it, is just a fairly big con, which, you know, I don't mind them, except it gets... Big cons are fine, and, you know, there's certainly a lot to see, but it also carries its own sort of logistical challenges when you're trying to work out things like travel, hotel stay, coordinating with friends for who's going to see what, overlapping times for panels that, you know, different people in your group want to see. But, you know, I'm still pumped for it, you know, just because now that I know a lot of these other YouTube creators who I've met, having now met them in person, I'm even more inclined to make that trip. I didn't know Yoshi was a Benz man. He is tonight, sir. Yoshi's balling out of control. Do you know how Switch carts taste bad? Oh yeah, they all taste bad. I've licked a few of them. That's weird to say on stream, but it's true, and they are quite terrible. Jake, are you trying to jump back in here, or did you back out? Yeah, it's funny. I did see a pink Yoshi when I was at Southeast Game Exchange. I was going to send that picture to Discard and be like, did Fish Dart come to the show? But I forgot. ET says, I'm trying to get 300 followers on Twitter and 40 left for the goal. All support is appreciated. Well, if anybody here wants to follow ET, I would recommend it. He is, again, much like Chris Levi, a very cool, genuine, down-to-earth person. Let me see if I can find your Twitter name, ET. ED Rockets fan, right? So, yes, that is ET on Twitter if anybody wants to follow him. And this is me on Twitter if anybody wants to follow me there. It's YourPlayerTwo. Like, it's YourPlayerTwo. Somebody else took the original, so I'm kind of stuck. But what are you gonna do? Maybe someday if I make that Disney money, I can, you know, bribe her into giving it up to me. Russ, Rax, RGT85, Spawn Wave, J-Love, many more go too many games is something I never knew I'd want to do. Yeah, dude, I mean, there's that many people there. I mean, I haven't met Russ in person. I've collaborated with Russ and traded videos with him to do stuff, but you know, I've not met him in person yet, so that would also be another draw for me. For the Snake, I had over at Primrose, Tressa, and Alphen. You know, I like Tressa's trade wins ability. I really love Tressa's ability to donate BP because I feel like she's a pretty valuable ally to have, especially if you're doing. Just because I think Olbert's undeniably the best damage dealer, but I'll frequently, if I have Tressa, I'll just share BP with him like constantly, so he can get that giant sword attack that he does that'll creep past quad 9 damage. But others have asked for me to go, so I'm going to go if I can, because Rax said I could room with him and stuff, so yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, Rax is good. I think I will be... I would assume he'll be on Abaddon Direct. I'll be on Abaddon's channel Friday at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, because basically I'm jumping on a Google Hangout with him on a pretty regular basis on Fridays at 10:30, and Rax is a frequent guest of his as well. But as much as I've talked to him on there, which has only been for a few episodes, he seems like a really good dude. Someday that Disney money is going to be actual Disney money. Mark my words. Bison Punk's channel. Yeah, quite possibly the way Disney is taking over the world. Will you do Smash and Mario Party? I'm 200% doing Smash and Mario Party, because I assume we'll have support for... Well, I mean, Smash is going to support 8 players, right? I mean, I'm pretty sure we're just going to do like a month straight of Smash on here when that comes out. What, December 4th, I think? The Mario Party's in October, Smash is in December. So, I will definitely be getting both of those. So is Minecraft going to be it for the PS4, Judge? Is that going to be the game that we try, or do you want to try like Paladins to start, and then you and I can talk offline and coordinate some other multiplayer games to play? Shake and Bacon says 7th. Wait, October 7th? What? Ed Norton, thank you so much, man. What are you doing tonight? I didn't even see you in the chat, sir. Say thank you so much for the donation. I appreciate it. I'm back, boys. Tony, I'm glad you're back, sir. It's getting lonely without you. You should do a race with other people to see who can beat the game the fastest. Wait, for which game? For Octopath? Or are you talking about for Smash or something? Because I'm not the guy for competitive gaming. I'm the guy for talking and playing games. That's really my forte. That's the lane that I play in. Oh, any game? I could probably do that. What I would probably do is go to like how long to beat that website that lists out, you know, how long it takes to beat games, and try to find stuff that's, you know, in a manageable range. I probably wouldn't want to go north of 20 hours for a game like that, but I do think that's a cool idea. It would be fun to sort of challenge some other YouTubers and, you know, see who could beat it the fastest. Who could beat Octopath the fastest? I've received many ambulances. I know, right? Like the first person who's just going to kick it thanks to, you know, starvation or dehydration over the probably 60 to 70 hours minimum it takes to get through all those Chapter 4s. Minecraft Mania, hello! I'm sorry, Minecraft Mania, I'm not playing Minecraft tonight. We played that last week, I think. But, you know, it'll be up for a vote again on Twitter next Wednesday, because that's when I do these streams, so. Also, I should point out, if anybody here in the chat is new, these streams happen every Wednesday, typically around 9:30 p.m. Eastern, and it's really just a way to hang out, very loose, very chill, just play different multiplayer games. If you want to vote on what game gets played, I usually put a poll out on Twitter every Wednesday morning, so if you want to vote on it, by all means. You said December 4th for Smash is the 7th. Oh, okay, I got you, Jake, sorry, I said that wrong. Jake Hunter says, I have a Twitch account, but I'm not using it for anything presently. I'm very committed to the YouTube platform right now. Hey, if you guys ever want to chat via Google Hangouts or something, I'm always down because I know life and schedule are busy, but I'd love to chat with you guys more sometime. Yeah, man, I'm totally down for that, and I think you've got my number, don't you, Chris? If not, I'll hit you up on Twitter, man. It sucks that Sony seems to want to play by themselves because they don't seem to want to support cross-platform, for example, Paladins. Yeah, and that's something that bugs me, is Sony came so strong out of the gate, slinging mud like crazy whenever they were going up against the Xbox One during the launch window. Because they're like, oh, our games don't have DRM copy protection. Oh, our system's only, you know, what was it, 300 out of the, or 400 out of the gate when Xbox, oh no, I think they were 300 and Xbox was 400. And they were just eating Microsoft's lunch from a marketing perspective. But now, yeah, I feel like Microsoft's doing a really cool thing, allowing for crossplay with the Nintendo Switch. You know, like, neither of those companies really lose in that equation by doing that. Oh no! Oh my gosh. Sorry, I did pay attention. MTX? Yes, you can totally join MTX. Thanks for stopping by, man. After this race, I'll back out and create a new lobby. We can do that. Well, can we do a Google Hangout voice chat? Yeah, man, I'll chat with you sometime. I can't do it right now on the stream, unfortunately, because that gets really sort of confusing and dicey. Like, unless I have players that I know are going to be family friendly. Not saying that you wouldn't, of course. Plus, I haven't really worked out the Discord integration for that yet, but it's on the list whenever I get time to refine things in the coming weeks. I'm basically going to be setting aside an entire day some Saturday to do some stream optimization, things like change up the overlays, test different functionality, update the donation stuff. What else do I have to do? I need to basically get better with the Elgato Stream Deck integration, because I have it and it's a great device, but I haven't been using it to its full capacity, and certainly not enough that I can produce an intelligent video on it, which is something else that I want to do. Did you know Mario Kart 8 Deluxe supports voice chat? Through the app or directly on the system? Whoop, nope. Nothing is Sony can be doing just because they can afford to. They are selling the consoles. Yeah, I mean, they're completely within their rights to do so. The same way Nintendo's within their rights to start taking down emulation sites, I suppose, when it comes to their IP and, whatever vision they have for the future of their business. But, sadly, not every decision these companies make ultimately serves gamers, which is really quite awful because they should be putting their customers first. I think that's the kind of mentality that builds legacy. That's why I try to take that approach to this channel, is to try to come up with videos and stuff that I think people will find actually useful, so that if you're a YouTuber in the video game space, whenever you come back, you should at least be able to find something new that is going to help you out with the content you create on your own channel, whether that's predominantly live streaming, reproduce video, reviews, and what have you. Good race. Sony is like a green dinosaur and a Mercedes driving like they are entitled. Uh-huh. I see what you did there, Judge. Don't appreciate it, but it's fine. No, it is fine. Despite criticism, Microsoft deserves credit for several things. External hard drive support way before Sony allowed backward compatibility and cross-platform compatibility, or capability. And I will add on to that, ET, they also deserve credit for having a sterling online system when none truly existed yet. In the early days of Xbox Live, they were trailblazers in a lot of ways on consoles. Even if that initial effort really was just a gaming rig stuffed into a giant, let's be honest, at least mildly ugly box. Oh, wait, no. I need to back out. I said I would... Wait, were you able to join MTX? I'm sorry, I totally got caught up in the moment in chatting. Did you get in just now? Okay. Whew. Sorry, man. I thought I just totally forgot about you and was just, like, chatting away, and then I was like, oh, he's gonna think I'm such a jerk right now. That was a dig on Yoshi, not you, Josh. We know you're a BMW guy. I am not a BMW guy. I'm like a hillbilly hot rod guy. I drive a Mustang, sir. For now, then I'm going to have to get something more practical, like a Jeep. Because Columbus winters are unkind to those cursed with the rear-wheel drive. Oh, the Mania of Baby Park, one of my favorites. Oh no. Not a bad recovery from being tiny. Get in there. Can I take first? I don't know. Oh no, I got bad stuff coming my way. Ah. Ugh, tried so hard. Good race. Xbox is the most powerful console backward compatibility, Game Pass, a smooth online experience and such. The exclusives may be low, but you can only get at them so much for that. Personally, I can get at them a lot. For other people, particularly those who have a lot of friends who have an Xbox, that may not be as big of a sticking point for them. But as somebody who values consoles predominantly based on, you know, flexibility first, which is why the Switch is my favorite, exclusive secondarily, which is why the PS4 is right there, right? And then, you know, smooth online functionality and backward compatibility is sort of a distant third priority for me. So that's why, really, I like those consoles in the way that I do. Again, not a bad system. I don't hate the Xbox at all. I'm just saying, for me, when I'm looking for exclusive experiences, I can get them on the PS4 a lot easier. Josh secretly has a Ferrari. What? Hold on. Has a Ferrari and Porsche that nobody knows about until now. The truth is finally out. Trust me, I do not have a Ferrari or a Porsche. Even if I had the dough to get those cars, it is incredibly unlikely I would do so. I would find something more probably altruistic to do with that kind of money, simply because I don't need to look fancy for anybody. And plus, I would probably wreck one of those cars instantly, right? You see how bad I am at driving a virtual car here with Yoshi? What do you think I'm going to do with an actual Mercedes? Nothing good, I'll tell you that. Tony is secretly a Mario Kart god. Well, he's certainly good at Minecraft. Mario Kart, I think him and Jake are pretty closely tied. I love the music on the stage. Josh drives the Lego Map movie. Oh my god, why is that not in this? Man, I want to see like Lego movie stuff come to either this or Smash. I think will be fine. I'm still holding out because I want Wreck-It Ralph to be in Smash Bros. Even though I don't think it's gonna happen. Oh no! Spike is cruel and unyielding. Ah, every time I get some air, I get knocked out by a red shell. You could race Super Monkey Ball, I'd be fine with that too. That was another game that I put on the Vita recently and was playing, because I hadn't played it since I think I played Super Monkey Ball on the Wii, because I thought that was a brilliant use of wacko controls, even though historically I hate them. They killed all the pretty, so angry. Wait, what? Also, is anybody else excited for Diablo 3 coming to the Switch? Just out of curiosity, I can't wait for that. Although, and apparently the entire game's going to fit on a single cart. There's not going to be any like external download. All the expansion content, including like the extra armor, I guess, is going to be just on the cart, which is great. Because I know people are not fond of whenever you buy a game for the Nintendo Switch. It's like, hey, yes, here's the game card, but then you also need to download 30 gigs worth of data. Sawyer, you're excited? Yes, I can't wait. I played it and beat it on PC, and I never really played the expansions very much. On my buddy Simon, who I play with on Xbox, Chris, see, I don't hate the Xbox. I played a little bit with him, but ultimately I'm very excited for the Switch version. I wish it was coming out... Oh wait, Diablo 3, is that coming in October or December? I can't remember. If it's October, very pumped. I love spoopy stuff in October for Halloween. Original GameCube games are amazing. Wait, for which titles now? What are we talking about? Sawyer says, I didn't jump on it when it first came out, so looking forward to it. Right, and that's how I feel about a lot of games, Sawyer. Is like, there are so many that I know they're ports, I know they've come on systems before, like Dead Cells, I know it's been out for a year. Hollow Knight, I know Team Cherry put that out in February 2017, so it's been out for over a year now. But when it comes to the Switch, and I get that flexibility and tactile controls in my hand and a portable unit, phenomenal. Love when games do that. Expect Super Monkey Ball Adventures, that one's... Oh, Super Monkey Ball, right. Sorry, Jake. Diablo 3, didn't that come out in the 90s? You're thinking of Diablo... The original Diablo, I think, came out in, like, 1991 or 2, maybe? And Diablo 2, I think, came out, what, 97 or 98? I can't really remember. But Diablo 3... 2011? 2012? Ghosty says, let's wait for more players. Yes, we will wait for more players. Linda, what's going on? How are you today? You missed it. We were just talking about cars like Porsches and stuff. You could have weighed in on that, where I cannot. That was a pointed, sarcastic question. Judge, you know how hard it is for me to discern context in text? I'm not great at it. This is why I hate business emails. Especially when people use ellipsis in business emails. That always bugs me. Anybody else want to jump in for some Mario Kart action before myself and Ghosty and... Who's the other player that's playing with us right now? Is that Tony again? No, I don't think Tony's me doesn't look like that. And I'm probably going to do... I'll probably do this last set of 4 races, and then I'm going to call it for the night, so I can go check out Not Another Game Collector, which, if all of you are still sticking around at that point, you would like to come with me to hang out with Adrian. He's an incredibly good dude. He's going to be streaming Destroy All Humans. He's one of the coolest people that I've met here on YouTube, and somebody who I hope I get to meet in person someday. That would be fantastic. I'm sure he'd appreciate it. That would be me. Okay, sorry about that, MTX. Sometimes I get confused trying to keep track of everything. Speaking of cars, where's Russ? I don't know what Russ is doing. But I would assume that he's probably at work right now. Linda says, just wanted to pop in and show some love. I'm about to drive, but I can still hear you through my car. Right on. Well, don't get an accident or anything. I appreciate you dropping in, Linda. And also, awesome meeting you and hanging out with you at the Southeast Game Exchange this past weekend. Jem was in here earlier, and you guys are just a couple of sweethearts. It was an absolute blast. Cannot wait for the next show. Or to come to Pennsylvania, like I guess you guys were talking about. ET says, how much longer are you going to stream? Probably another 15, 20 minutes maybe, before I head over to Not Another Game Collector stream. Jake says, I gotta go. No big deal, Jake. Thanks for stopping by. Keep me posted on your Octopath Traveler progress, man. Followed you on Twitter as well, so, you know, feel free to hit me up anytime, man. I would be very curious to see what your experience is like with that game as it continues to progress. Judge says, I watched Another Game Collector for the beard. I'm convinced it's gonna grab a controller at some point. It is a majestic beard. Absolutely. Gotta go. Bye. MTX, thanks for stopping by, man. I'm glad you were able to hang out and play for a little bit. Ghosty, you want to do one more round of 4 with me? Or I can just play Dead Cells to round out this stream for the last 10 minutes. Yes, mini hugs, Linda. And I'd say that was the weirdest thing. That was the thing that I was most... not the most concerned. It was something that definitely did concern me about going to the Southeast Game Exchange and meeting all of you in person. Was I'm naturally a hugger. I mean, like, I tend to like hug people as soon as I meet them and not think twice about it. But on at least one occasion, I hugged someone who was like, I'm not a hugger and I hate being touched. And I was like, I feel like a real jerk right now. But like, everybody was huggers. Like, it was fantastic. So that put me at ease immediately. Ghosty, what course you picking, man? Oh, there we go. The dolphin one. Which I'm garbage at. Oh. I win this round. I just got a random image of Not Another Game Collector with a Davy Jones beard. That would be an amazing image. You should see if Die Hard can draw that. Just as I'm not a hugger, people hug me anyways. Apparently, it amuses them. See, and that's helpful information to have. I like giving people hugs, but at the same time, I don't ever want to make somebody uncomfortable. I mean, most people, I think, are huggers. But there are people out there who really have... And I'll never forget, actually, Kyle, our friend Adam, is not a hugger. And my buddy Kyle, who introduced me to him, was like, hey, man, just so you know, he's not really a hugger or anything. I was like, all right, no big deal. So I didn't. Like, when I met him, I gave him, like, a handshake. I was, hey, what's up, man? Good to meet you. And then our buddy Zeke, who had no foreknowledge of this, just immediately went in for a giant bear hug. And that's about the most morbidly uncomfortable I've ever seen anybody. Because Zeke's a big dude. And Adam is comparatively a very skinny, much shorter dude. So watching that happen, I think Kyle was completely horrified. And I was like, this is hilarious, but also, you know, sort of sad. Hey, Zeke didn't know any better, but... Linda says, I love hugs. Me too! Hugs are great. In high school, I was super caught unaware because in the 90s this girl hugging wait. In high school, I was super caught unaware because in the 90s this girl hugging everyone thinks it was cool and I hated it? What, you mean like she would just hug everybody and she just did it on purpose to you because she knew you hated it? So she's just like a malicious hugger? Josh says, or I'm sorry, ET says, Josh, of course you are a hugger. You are a down-to-earth and absolutely amazing dude. Your friendly demeanor are contagious. I appreciate that, man. Like, I just, my grandma kind of had the philosophy, oh no, I've been disconnected. This is awful. Sorry, I just lost connection. My grandma was just the kind of lady who she never met a stranger, and I've always tried to keep that philosophy, which I think can, for the most part, be okay. Occasionally you will meet people who are not necessarily the best people, but I'm big on giving everybody the benefit of the doubt, right? Like, I don't assume anybody's just, like, inherently evil or anything like that. And more often than not, I think it's actually worked out pretty well. I like to see the best in people, or assume that, you know, everyone is generally out for the good and welfare of the people around them. Just as it was a trend for girls to hug everyone, all girls, at least most girls, in hip-hop clothes with Looney Tunes characters on them. Huh. So, in turn, you developed a, what, like a distaste for hugs? Judge says, I forget you aren't my age. I can't remember what your age is. I don't think you're that much older than me. Alright, what's it gonna be? I was a late bloomer, so it took my inability to understand girls' signals and made it worse. Ah, right on. I can see how that would be rough, man. I would say I still don't understand girls' signals, so... Never liked hugs or people, or at least the ones breathing. Well, it sounds like you've had a mentality shift, at least in the time I've known you on YouTube, Judge. And that's the thing, like, I can even act though, like everything is all sunshine and roses with the philosophy of, you know, never met a stranger or whatever, like I've definitely met people who turned out to not be great people, like people that, you know, that have been, like, backstabby or toxic or whatever. But my thing is, like, I could choose to let, you know, those people and their actions kind of define, you know, my outlook. But since I'm always been sort of naturally rebellious, for me, I feel like that would be an incredibly horrible thing to do, simply because I just can't stand the thought of letting somebody else and, you know, how they choose to conduct themselves turn me into a saint. So I basically make a conscious effort not to become one. I try not to make stupid decisions, right? Like, I try to at least harbor some modicum of common sense, but at the same time, like, you know, it's hard for me to harbor a mentality where I go into every new person thinking, like, you know, is this person shifty? Are they a bad person? It works about half the time. You don't win them all, but I still think it's better than the alternative. Oh, right as I got that. That was awful. Give me the bullet! The best way to understand me is to take the dad from the 70s show and mix him with Vegeta. Yes, but also somebody who is a bouncer, right? So that's extra scary. If we ever meet, please don't hug me, LMAO. Jake and Bacon, I promise you, if we ever meet, I will honor your wishes and not hug you. Now that I know you're more of a noogie kind of guy, I'll keep that in mind. A little more planes, trains, and automobiles humor for you. ET says, straight from the heart, Josh, you're the brother that I've always wanted. Sir, I have no siblings, so I don't know that I would be a good brother, but, you know, I will certainly be the best friend I can possibly be, and as far as, you know, regularly talk with you through YouTube and Twitter will allow. And if you ever make it to this side of the country, if I ever make it out to Texas, man, hopefully we can hang out at a con someday or something. That'd be fun. Appreciate the love. Judge says never was a bouncer. Oh, you. Always being so quiet. Get posted, write that down, tape to forehead. I don't know, I like it better just kind of like writing a fictional backstory for you. The bouncer who became a quiet assassin, but then had the curious pastime of watching people play Mario Kart on YouTube. You know, I would read that story. I like the idea of envisioning you as secretly being John Wick, right? Judge is like a brother as well. Awesome dude. Yes, he is an absolutely incredible dude. And this thing, I cannot wait. One of the sappy sort of things I'm definitely going to do on this channel, probably near the end of the year, either for Thanksgiving or as I probably do like an end of the year wrap up for 2018 for YourPlayerTwo, is talk about a lot of the amazing people that I've met on this platform. And Judge is definitely among them. ET, you're definitely among them. I mean, honestly, a ton of people in here are. And that video is going to be stupidly long, because I feel like I've been blessed to meet a variety of just really positive, encouraging people who, I mean, are not just like fun to talk to on the matter like video games and everything, but seem to have like this sort of legitimate, very genuine care in how everybody's doing. You know, it doesn't feel like a lip service or anything like that. It just seems like a lot of people are just, you know, legitimately compassionate. That's fantastic. It's exactly the kind of community that I want, you know, to regularly be on these streams. So I'm very excited to do that video. Sappy that's going to be. Shankin says, yes, give me a nugget, that'll make me give you a bear. Wait, I missed that. Then I'll make you give you a bear hug and shake you gently about. That sounds fair, Jacob. It's better than Indian Burns. Judge says, I would read that story too. Do not take that as encouragement. I'm just bored. I feel like that would be an amazing chapter. Just like, you know what? Just... my life of contract killing just gotten boring. There's no substance to it, you know? Almost as if you were like the Herbie from Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, just with a more horrifying profession. Oh wait, did they already make that movie with Grosse Pointe Blank? Am I just rehashing Grosse Pointe Blank right now? Maybe. So I think you should, even as a webcomic, I think, or a cartoon, I think that would be hilarious, Judge. Contract killer who just really likes video games with sort of disillusioned with his profession. Not because he has anything morally or ethically objectionable to it, he's just bored, right? A nice part about this side of YouTube... Hey, Tark Scarlet's here, what's up, man? A nice part about this side of YouTube is that you learn that people... Whoa. Hold on. You learn the people who come out here are legit real people. Yeah, for sure, man. And again, like, going to the Southeast Game Exchange, I was a little nervous this week because I was like, man, like, are these people just going to think, like, I'm a huge dork? Am I going to be, you know, totally weird and alien to them after only talking through a YouTube screen? But not the case at all. Everyone very cool, very warm, very welcoming. I dig it. How's your day been, Tarks? What you been up to, man? I saw that you put another early access out on your Patreon, your Patreon, I'm sorry, but I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Native American burns? Come on, bro. You trying to trigger people? I was just quoting the line from Trains, Planes, and Automobiles when she's trying to explain to the kids why he doesn't get nuggies. If anything, blame, you know, 80s pop culture. What? What is Jen texting me? Hold on. Oh my god, I missed 42 messages? That seems high. Oh, pfft. Alright. I'll get back to that later. Tark says, no worries, I've been up to my eyeballs in Yakuza 0 the last 2 or 3 days. I assume you've been enjoying it. ET says, you only live one life, you might as well live it by being kind and genuine. It's the best way to make and maintain a relationship. Having a heart of gold goes a long way. I would be inclined to agree. I think that life is what you make of it. A lot of people get wrapped up in all of the problems that they have without, you know, being grateful for all the great things that they enjoy in their life. Is everything in my life perfect? Not by a long shot, but I try to focus on the things that are going absolutely right, and part of that is hanging out with cool people every Wednesday, so. Just so there is an appeal to being around your people, especially if it's a rare opportunity like midnight launches at GameStop. Everyone here is like me, relax. Yeah, I couldn't agree more on that. I think that's actually how I describe the convention experience for gaming. It's just like what you would get from a midnight launch for a game times, you know. Actually, I think when I did like the video about the things I was excited for the Southeast game, it changed how I explained it. But yeah, I think I could not agree more. Heart of Gold is a great song. I don't think I've heard it, Jake. Tarks is definitely 32 hours longer to the game since Monday. Really good game. So forgive me if you already talked about this, Tarks. You may have, and I might have missed it. But have you given your thoughts on on Shenmue 1 and 2 getting the re-release for PS4? I know it's not technically HD, but one of the things when I was looking up reviews for it, because I hadn't touched the game since, you know, when I originally had a Dreamcast years ago, was a lot of people said that Shenmue's in some ways served as a precursor, or I guess at least as an inspiration, I guess, for the Yakuza series. Do you think that claim has merit? Another 8 minutes and I have to go. Hey, no worries, man. Another 8 minutes, I'm probably going to have to go. I know the bananas can be useful and strategically used, but they're not nearly as fun as red turtle shells. Judge says, I don't get to be around people like me often. Even when I had more friends, I was odd. You mean when you're around other contract killers? No, I'm kidding. But no, I do know what you mean. And it's weird, like, again, I work in IT, and I had this false assumption that working in IT was going to be filled with nerds who love video games. And in fact, only until, like, not until, like, this past year when, you know, well, the past year or two, when Sean, Corey, and Adam, all of which were here for the Zelda stream that we did with Four Swords, they're really into gaming, but by and large, not a lot of IT people I've met are really super into video games. A lot of them are really into sports, and that's not my area of expertise. I would much rather spend an hour debating, you know, the merits of the difficulty curve of Dark Souls versus, you know, the local sports teams. It's just not really my wheelhouse. But I should also point out, I'm not militantly against people that are into sports. Like, I think a lot of people in our niche sort of are. They're just like, oh, football's stupid or whatever. Love what you love. Just because I don't understand it doesn't mean I can't respect it. Although I will say, whenever I hear sports jocks at work be like, I can't believe you play video games or D&D, but then they go play fantasy football, I think that's really funny and ironic. Tark says Yakuza is a straight Mario Yakuza-inspired melodrama, but it hits all the right notes. Shenmue and Yakuza have a lot of similarities in the world design, but when it comes to combat and story, they differ. Okay, I gotcha. Yeah, because whenever I saw that had come out, I was curious to get your opinion on it, actually. Let's do Sunshine Airport. Shenmue's GTA to Yakuza's Saints Row, not so much humor return. And I never played Saints Row 3, and now that's coming to the Switch too. I hope they just do ports forever. All-day ports on the Switch. Because the only thing that kept me playing a lot of those games originally was that I didn't have the time. Switch fixes that for me. Ports forever. Like Wakanda. The MC voice actors in Shenmue sound like Dreamcast guys' voice messages. Oh, that's not great. Sushi Fairy's here. There is no appeal to be around my people at GameStop on Black Friday. That I can understand. How's your day been, Sushi? Yes, other contract killers. I am the Joker in the room full of losers. Well played, sir. I like that analogy. My opinion, Yakuza is better than Shenmue. What? Yakuza has separated itself completely from Shenmue with its character, story, combat, minigames, etc. Okay, I gotcha. Park says Yakuza is a super serious game, but has really off-the-wall humor on every sideline. I'm trying to get a chicken to manage a property for me right now. That sounds fantastic. So, I say, are you telling me that, like, basically the main quest in the Yakuza titles, or the main story that you play, is a very serious one, but then the side quests have no compunction about just wavering into just complete ridiculousness and hilarity? Because that sounds like a pretty good mix. And I appreciate games that don't take themselves super seriously. Judge says, I was varsity football and skipped the post-game parties to go home and play video games. Right on, man. I was not varsity football. I'm more built for, you know, varsity chess club. Although I did play, I did run track in high school now that I think about it for a couple years. I ran the 4x8, which is awful. 4x8 is terrible. It's just like, it's just sprint distance. Tark says there's a lot of serious side quests too, but if you want to go out and sing bad karaoke, it's there, or just kill some time in Fantasy Zone at the Sega arcade. I love this series. Right on, man. I'll, now, and you still, and I correct me if I'm wrong, Tarks, but you had said that Yakuza 6, I could easily jump into that without having played any other entry in the series, and I would be fine, right? Like, I don't have to start with Kiwami. Jake says, shock you. Hey, I don't need the extra confidence. Sorry. Whatever the opposite of confidence boost is, Jake. Sushi says, my day's been busy with school, just gotta do my statistics, homework, while watching you play Mario Kart. Well, I'm gonna play a little bit longer, and then I'm gonna jump off here and go check out another gameplay for stream. So after this series of 4 races is over, which we may be on the last one, I'm gonna call it for the night. But I'm hoping to get to stream a little bit this weekend, but, you know, I gotta catch up on video stuff since I spent this past weekend traveling and doing the whole Southeast Game Exchange thing. And I still have to edit the second video for that, too, so... Sawyer says, I think Drake and NBA players playing Fortnite instead of shows sports people and artists can game too. Yeah, I thought that was actually really cool. And I don't think the stereotype about gamers is nearly as fierce as it was in, say, like the 90s or anything like that. I think a lot of American society has moved past those kind of stereotypes, mostly. People in fedoras still get it, though. That's unfortunate. Yes, I started at 6, and it was perfectly understandable, though other places are more optimal starting areas. Right on. So, after you finished 6, then, did you just go to Yakuza 0 immediately? Is that the order you're playing them in, I guess, and then just going up? Just as I can't play Yakuza because of the Japanese, like my animes, reading too much subtitles pulls me out of my immersion. I can understand that. Personally, I don't mind subtitles, but I can see how it could be annoying to some people. Josh, I gotta go and get my lazy ass to bed because of work tomorrow. It was an honor and a pleasure as always. And sir, it's always a pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much for sticking around as long as you did, ET. Have a wonderful night, and I'll probably talk to you on Twitter tomorrow, man. Josh says, even though the translations usually get sucky, I get more into it not having to stare at the words. Right. Jake says, let's play Splatfest this weekend, Team Spoon, because you can't eat soup with a fork. I could probably do some Splatoon 2 this weekend if anybody else feels like doing that. It would probably either be late Saturday night, or sometime on Sunday if that would work. I get you judged with anime. I have to watch dubs because I simply can't put my whole attention to it. Right. Yeah, for anime, whenever I have occasion to watch it, which right now the most recent one that I've watched is Persona 4 Gold. No, not Gold. Persona 4, because I didn't. Well, I mean, I could watch Golden, I guess, since I am so fairly familiar with the story, but I prefer the dub to subtitles. I'm playing Yak all out of order. Start of a 6, 1, 0, then playing 2. Okay, so you really are jumping around. Alright, well, I will probably stick with either playing 6 or Kiwami then, or Kiwami or 6 then, based on your recommendation. Judge says subtitles are fine, but during his action cutscenes, I miss it because I'm reading. I gotcha, that makes sense. .com/ not another game collector. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and kill this and start basically cleaning up for tonight. But right now, I'm gonna go hang out with another game collector, Adrian. Super good dude. I think I've rated him a few times on here, and a lot of you have been kind enough to go over to his stream. But if you guys want to go check him out, it looks like he's pretty vacant right now, and I'm sure it would make his evening to have some more viewers come watch. So I'm going to end it here. Thank you guys all so much for coming out to play some Mario Kart, or to watch some Mario Kart be played. I appreciate it, and for all of you that have been voting regularly, also appreciate that. If you're not familiar, make sure you check me out on Twitter. It's YourPlayerTwo, which I think most of you in here know that. But if you want to vote on the game for next week, that would be awesome. Thank you guys so much again for taking the time out of your evening to come here and, you know, help me have an amazing stream tonight. I really appreciate it. So if you guys wouldn't mind, though, rating Not Another Game Collector, really good dude. He's playing Destroy All Humans tonight. That's where I'm going to go hang out right now after I end this. But thanks again. You guys have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I'll see you soon. Probably on a video on Friday, and then on a stream Saturday or Sunday, it sounds like, for Splatoon after that with Jake and Bacon. So, alright, take care, guys.